Watch the curved metal needle pierce this thick cream-colored paper. Listen to the friction of waxed linen thread pulling tight. In a workshop filled with natural light and drifting dust, a physical book provides a heavy, tactile anchor. We often treat books as simple objects, but they are sophisticated mechanical joints. Every part of their hidden anatomy is engineered to absorb the physical stress of centuries of repeated movement. This papyrus scroll shows the earliest standard for recording information. Because the layout is continuous and linear, a reader had to unspool the entire fragile roll with both hands to find a single passage at the end of the text. These Roman wax tablets, called pugulares, offered a structural solution. By hinging rigid wooden boards together for short notes, makers created a conceptual bridge between the linear scroll and the multi-leaf book. By folding parchment into stacks and fastening them at one edge, artisans created the codex. This transition from the roll to the stack allowed readers to hold an entire library in one hand and navigate to any page in seconds. The process begins with a single large sheet of paper. By folding this sheet in half multiple times, binders create a nested gathering of pages, known as a signature or a quire. In the early Christian communities of Egypt, artisans linked these signatures together using a chain stitch. This Coptic binding created a thick, cohesive block of pages that could lie perfectly flat on a table without the use of any glue. Modern printers use Smith sewing, stitching through the center fold of every signature to link the pages. In contrast, PUR binding relies on adhesive. While strong, this rigid chemical bond resists natural movement, creating a point of failure when flexed. A sewn book block relies on the mechanical strength of the thread matrix rather than brittle chemicals. This allows the spine to arch and move, ensuring the pages stay secure, even after decades of heavy use. Once the text is secure, it needs an exterior shell. Rigid boards are attached to the front and back, creating a protective sandwich that guards the vulnerable edges of the paper block. Binders then wrap these boards in durable materials like Morocco goatskin. The leather is stretched tightly over the stiff fibers of the binder's board and folded precisely at the corners to seal the structure. This engineering becomes high art during the process of gold tooling. The binder lays down 23-karat gold leaf, a material so fragile it tears at a breath, preparing the leather to receive a permanent impression. A brass tool is heated to a precise temperature and pressed into the gold. The combination of heat and pressure fuses the shimmering metal into the grain of the leather, leaving behind a crisp, permanent motif. By the 16th century, collectors like French bibliophile Jean Grolier commissioned intricate designs of geometric ribbons and gold-stamped mottos. For Grolier, these volumes were objects of status meant to be shared with friends. These elaborate exterior layers provided more than just a cover. They established the book as a high-value artifact, ensuring that these volumes would be preserved in royal collections and libraries for centuries. Historically, the cost of producing these hand-bound volumes was so high that they were never treated as disposable commodities. Instead, they were viewed as singular cultural treasures. This value led to unique decorative secrets, like foredge painting. Artists would fan the pages and paint a scene on the edges that remained invisible when the book was closed, revealing the image only when the reader prepared to open it. Because a single manuscript could represent a lifetime of labor, medieval libraries often bolted the bindings to the shelves with heavy iron chains. In places like Hereford Cathedral, the cling-cling of these links was the constant sound of a community protecting its knowledge. Whether hidden by paint or secured by iron, these historical details prove that the physical book was engineered as a permanent monument, built to survive the centuries. Every element of this architecture, the linen thread, the rigid boards, and the goatskin cover, is designed to shield the vulnerability of paper from the ravages of time and handling. When you handle a well-bound volume, you are interacting with the same mechanical system that has functioned for over 1,000 years. You can feel the physical weight of that history in your hands. Because this structure is built to withstand thousands of repeated movements, a book bound today remains a readable, mechanical link to anyone who might open it 500 years from now.